Hi everybody, it's John with Pro Image Share, and I wanted to go over how to use the export method instead of using the upload method, and some of the benefits that you can get from doing it that way. One, you will have a copy of this whole site on your local system, and then when you transfer it via FTP, you'll have it on also your web host, so you have a backup. So it's really easy to republish them later if you want to. You don't have to wait for Lightroom to rebuild them. And it also gives you a great stopping point to change the home screen icon if you want it to be a client. So let me just go through that. You would basically do the same thing that you always do. You would change the web title. That's what appears under the icon on a home screen. And everything else stays the same. And then the only difference is you would still do the permalink the always way you do. So I'm going to make this one a little different because I'd been doing some demos for a second before I recorded this. And then normally I would just copy that part, the last part, and paste it here, because I want Lightroom to build a folder on my server called that so that this path works. Well, it's the same thing with upload. The only difference is instead of pasting it in here, you're just going to hit export and you're going to name the folder on the next stage. So I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm just going to name this folder there, and then I'm going to hit save. And what this is going to do is just going to do everything that it would do when it normally uploads to an FTP to your actual host. It's just going to do it locally on the hard drive. So now we're going to go and look at that. Let me close this down, and I'll close the FTP down. And here is the folder that it built, and inside that folder is all of the files, including the icons. And right now, we'll go change that to a large icon. Right now, those icons are just my standard generic icons, which are in my resource folder. But if I want to change it to a customer's image, then all I have to do is just go into Photoshop, and I'm going to open up one of the images that are inside of that gallery. So I'll just go to the desktop and I'll find that folder right here, and then I'm just going to go in the images, and I'll go into the large images and just pick one. Let's pick this guy here. There it is, and then all you have to do is run the action that came with the download, the home screen creator, and let's run it. And there it goes. It's going to bring up the crop for you. You can put it however you want. Let's say we want to get that little rabbit in there, so we're going to do that. And then it's going to say save this one over the 152 by 152. That's fine. And then you just have to back up 2 folders because those icons are located here. And let's change this to something so we can read them. It's more important. And so the 152 by 152, I'm going to hit save and OK and OK. It's going to come up and says save this one over the 120 by 120. So select the 120, save. Yes, I want you to save over it, and then OK. Save it over the 72 by 72. So here's where I want it saved. Save, and then OK, and save. And then the last one's the one that does not have, it's the little bitty one. It doesn't have a number beside it. Save and save. And so that's great. And so now what's happened is, if you go back and look here, all of the icons are now my customer's picture rather than my generic one. And so then all you have to do is just go into any FTP program. I use FileZilla, which is a free one on Mac. There's tons of free ones too. It's just an FTP client. And then what you'll do is you'll just log on to your server the same way you did through Lightroom, and you go find the same path, and that's that gallery folder where I want to put this in. So I want my path to be correct, so it needs to go into that gallery folder. So then I'm just going to go to the desktop here. Let's go to the desktop, and then there's the folder, and so I'm just going to drag it, and I'm going to put it there. And so now everything's going to function like it did before when I uploaded galleries. The only difference is now the home screen icon is going to be a picture of that kid with the bunny versus just my generic one. This happens a little faster just because of the fact that the FTP is just putting files there. Lightroom is like building a file and then putting it there, and then building a file and then putting it there. And so that's the reason why the process in Lightroom can be kind of slow. When you separate it into 2 processes, let Lightroom build the site and then let an FTP client upload the site, it's not as convenient, but it is a little faster. And so now let's go look and see if we go to that site. Let's just go to that site, which is photosrock.us/gallery, which is that permalink /Easter. All lowercase. You got to remember that these are case sensitive, so you can't do uppercase in one place and lowercase in another and then 2014, And if I hit enter, there is the site that I just upload via FTP. And when they visit that site on their phone and they bookmark it, the photo is going to be of the child with the bunny rather than my generic one. So if you wanted to have, if you're doing a lot of these for one particular client, I could see how it'd be very useful to have their picture as the icon versus your icon. If you're just doing one, then I think your icon is better because it's better advertisement for you. But either way, you can do it. Both of them have their advantages, but either way, the plugin can handle it. So hopefully this helps out, and we'll be sending more tutorials as we come up with them. Thank you very much, and hope you're really enjoying the the plugin. And let me know if you know any features that I can add to it to make it better. I'm always looking to add new features, so send them on their way. And if you have any questions, helping set up or whatever, don't hesitate to email me, john@proimageshare.com. Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.